Yo, 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 yo. What's up, people? What's up? What's up? So, as I promised, I will be talking about how I got my last location. So, y'all stay tuned. It might be short, it might be long, depending on, I don't know how much y'all want to know. But, all right, let's start off here. This story goes through ups and downs, right? It goes through ups and it goes through downs. So, follow me. So, I ended up, start off, I had a bar. It was a upscale bar, nice bar that was, doing a lot of transactions. I was real cool with the owner. Me and him, shared a couple beers. We laughed, we talked, we had fun, etc., etc. But one day, as I was going to load, I called him. He answered the phone, so I ended up calling one of his friends that I met through him, and he ended up opening up the bar for me, right? So I didn't think much of it. Next week came along, I called him again. He didn't answer the phone. So again, I wasn't thinking, too much of it. So called him again, and he still hasn't answered the phone. Sent him a text message, still hasn't answered the phone, right? So I ended up calling his friend, and we got a language barrier, right? They're Hispanic, they speak Spanish, I speak English, so it's kind of hard to communicate back and forth with each other. But what I got out of that conversation with his friend was basically he was in jail. So that shocked me. A couple months went by. I want to say a month or two went by, and I reached back out to the initial guy that owned the restaurant, thinking, well, maybe he wasn't in there for too long. He didn't respond back to me, so I ended up talking to his friend again, and his friend told me that he was planning on selling the location, which my heart dropped. I'm like, dang, this is one of my top locations. I didn't put in all this work, etc., etc. So he was like, well, we're not sure if we're going to sell the location yet, so we'll keep in contact with you. I'm like, all right, that's cool, all right? So a couple weeks go by, and then out of the blue nowhere, I get a text from his friend saying, hey, we sold the location to a new owner. Let's just call her name Amanda, right? They sold it to Amanda and her husband. Now, at this point, I'm like, okay, give me Amanda's number. Hopefully I can keep my ATM in here and I can continue to do business through her. So I ended up calling Amanda over the phone, and scheduled a meetup. And, we met up, we got to talking. And what I found out about Amanda and her husband is they own multiple bar locations in that same area, like 4 to 5. I believe it's 5, right? So I get to talking to Amanda. I'm like, hey, I can pay you X amount of money for allowing me to keep the ATM here. On top of that, I can service your other ATM locations. Your other bar locations. She was like, well, I might do need your services because, the last guy doesn't keep the ATM that I'm working with. He doesn't keep the ATM loaded. I'm like, word? Why does he keep it loaded? She was like, he works out of town and he comes and goes, as he pleases. So I'm just like, okay, well, let's try this. Let's try one of your locations that, is not so heavy in foot traffic that is heavy in foot traffic, but he's not loading. Let me try, to take over. She was like, oh, okay. So now, I met this lady back, I want to say October of last year, and ever since then, like, we've been going back and forth. I'm like, hey, what about that location? Oh, let me talk to my husband. And then she finally told me, like, hey, you can put your ATM in there, and the other guy ATM is going to be in there as well. I'm like, I usually don't do that. Do you have a contract with the guy? She was like, no, he's just a family friend. Okay, fine. So I ended up agreeing to that, grabbing one of my ATMs that I had in storage and placing it inside of her location. But before I did that, she told me in 2 weeks he was going to come and get his ATM machine. Great, that's wonderful. So now here goes the juicy part.